It's the sugar shred, bitch. Day 4, week 2, Thursday. Yes, Thursday. Just got back in from a 13-mile ride, fresh 1 hour, 1 bowl, waiting at 241 this morning, down 1 pound, 1 point something. And so far I had a bowl, pretty good size, about 700 calories. I'm headed off to the gym. I am going to have a post-meal bowl, but I'm going to go ahead and have 2 packets of sugar, 2 tablespoons of honey, and a cup of juice, cranberry juice on the way. Just give a little extra energy shock. Today is the second sugar fast of the week. And today I'm going to experiment, actually. I'm going to explore. So today I'm going to be working out and about, doing my packaging, getting the last of these videos actually packaged to go. And I'm going to go post up somewhere, coffee shop, be out and about. So I'm going to experiment with 2 things. One, I do want to explore the element. I'm not ready for candy and sodas, but I will go ahead and grab a smoothie, icy, Slurpee, whatever. Try some sugar like that, small, which is a never. Last time I was actually eating or drinking Slurpees, I would have grabbed the largest thing, Route 44, 64 ounce, whatever. But I'm gonna have that just to have something I can see how that feels inside of a sugar diet. Also, the smoothie drinks, going and get one of those blended. And really paying attention though, still to the calories. I think it's so much easier when it's just sugar, but 15 to 1800 my target. And so far I think I'm already at like 200 grams of sugar. It's a pretty big bowl. But that's day 4, week 2, checking in. About to get off to the gym immediately. Let's go. All right, fam. So another update from that. I am headed into the gym now. I just had a quick change of clothes. I gotta say, I'm not actually, and I'm kind of second guessing, I'm not actually looking forward to the Slurpee. I'm not out to like cheat. That's been one thing that first turned me off, the knee-jerk reaction being on keto. But seeing the candy, seeing the stuff you could cheat with that wasn't really cheating, sodas. I told you, I walked down the candy aisle, just how long I've been health-centric and just knowing that it's pure sugar. Okay, so yeah, it's the same thing as table sugar. But it's like there's other things, there's other flavors, there's other processes, and I don't have a desire for it. And as my mind, kind of like if you've ever had some bad food and got sick and now you're like, you don't want to go towards it again. In my mind, when I think about consuming that type of sugar, I just think about my internal, like burning up a bunch of trash. Now, mind you, I'm aware now that that's not exactly how it's going to be, but I'll tell you why that I just wanted to share the thought. Because going in there, like I said, just had some cranberry juice, put in 2 packets of table sugar with it, and 2 tablespoons of honey. And it reminds me of the first few days that I actually did the trial, and before I started dipping bananas in honey, apples in honey, before I started pouring the honey over the bowl of fruit, and that much pure honey. And even the cranberry juice, it was cranberry and grape, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Just tasting the cranberry, because the sugar settled to the bottom, sweet. And then get to the bottom, mixing and stirring to let that sprinkle up. Yeah, it's all in there. Sweet. And yes, I don't know if you can tell the difference in energy. Like you do feel it. And I gotta say, these are the highs of the diet, where you can get the surges of energy. But what I'll say is that the natural sources, that is so sweet and so natural. And I know the ingredients that are going into it, or at least the minimal amount of ingredients when it comes to the juice. It's coming from concentrate. And the honey, like it's so much that like my tongue even has to, oh wow, this is a lot, this is sweet, and I have to break this down because it's got the natural honey from the farm, so it's thick. I actually have to squeeze it out of the container. But just that sensation and that concentration, and knowing I haven't even put it on my tracker, but the amount of calories, the amount of grams of sugar, carbohydrates that it's going to give me to go blast out this workout. I don't want to have my bowl until after, but I did want to give I put out 13 miles and just went riding for an hour. I've dealt with the cramping, I've dealt with the exhaustion, so I just want to give myself the extra energy. And again, experimental phase. But I say all that to say, with natural sources like that and it being so sweet, there's no sensation. I'm not getting a cheat out of this, right? I'm doing it as an experiment. How is it to go have a 7-Eleven Slurpee, something I haven't had probably in a decade, and there's just not really a desire. I'm still okay to experiment. It's not really experimenting, but the juices, because that's just store-bought, what I've been doing at home and already blended. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. Like along my journey, I really am looking to stick to unless it is a scenario, I do have a road trip coming up in a few weeks, unless it's a scenario where I'm on the road, or like right now I'm going to be working out in public, cafe, style, where I don't have my full kitchen kind of thing. I'm not looking to cheat on it. I'm just looking to adhere to it, and with the best quality and the best way. And it's so crazy to just have 8 ounces of liquid and 2 tablespoons of something. Like, I feel it going through my body, and I'm very in tune with my body. Like, that's one thing. I was watching content about being fat adopted. Like, as I've been health conscious, I've been fairly in tune with my body, but that small amount, so concentrated, I feel like a meal is going into me. So I'm ready to hit this workout, blasting shoulders today. But I just wanted to chime in and say that, I don't know, we'll see. I'm out for experimenting and really seeing what this diet has to offer. Variety, consistency. I am paying attention to the results. As long as I keep dropping weight every day, I may not be going down past my low 238 every day and lower, but that's just the optimizing side of me. So we'll look into that, manage the calories, look at, like I said, my last fast, I only had 4 hours of sleep. So I gained weight during the day, lost 3 pounds overnight. So we'll see when I manage the calories, a healthy night of sleep, and we'll just see how it goes. But I just want to give that update. Slurpee? No Slurpee? Drop a comment down below. What are your thoughts? What have you experimented with and enjoyed and played with? I really want to, again, lifestyle. So hey, go and explore, go play. But yeah, check in with you next time. The shoulder workout, but it's completely not on my body. In no way, shape, or form. I can feel all the air everywhere. Breathe. So, first off, I just got to check in. I found my favorite pre-workout. Honey in this motherfucker. Maybe the juice and shake of sugar added with it. But damn, I haven't had this since the trial. Actually having just straight up tablespoons of honey and getting in and getting this workout. And I've already had an hour, 13 bike rides. Oh my God, the energy. And I mean through like feeling the strength of the energy. Pushing through reps like it ain't shit. Like every rep is a warm-up rep. Favorite pre-workout. Anyway, let's go. Let's finish. It's the sugar strip, bitch. What up, fam? Welcome back. Checking in for that afternoon activity. Popping out for a quick 15-20 minutes of steps. I'm about to run back to the house, but I want to give you an update. So I'm going through, not this rain again, I'm going through contemplating a few things, switching things up, looking at what's working for me. What I'm running into is throughout the day getting tired. Yes, tired. I'm keeping it all the way real with you. And I've had this before on keto, doing all the coffee and things. Actually, I had it when I was fasting, water fasting for days, prolonged fast, and having a lot of coffee. Double dipping. I would make coffee, pour water in the coffee pot to make more coffee. Like, I'm always at double strength. Optimal, y'all, optimize. But just having too much caffeine pretty much. But I get the sense if I'm ever sitting still, I call it mental ADHD, but I just get drowsy as fuck. If I'm not active in something, I have to get up, I have to move, or I'm crashing. And so that's been coming up for me in the afternoon. Not quite sure why. Still eating. Had the 2 drinks, the juice that you saw. Even had my coffee with honey, and it's just something that's there. So I'm thinking about potentially either going day on, day off with sugar fasting to sugar diet with protein and carbs, the starches, or doing that every other day so I get 3 sugar fasts, but I'm also getting starches and protein more throughout the week. Or potentially, instead of that lean protein only, just making it straight sugar diet. So 1 sugar fast, 2 days of protein and starch, and repeat 1 sugar fast, 2 days of protein, starch, and Sunday, like I said, that'll be the fun day. Will allow a bit more fat, exploring with the things that I can't touch normally. Those are 2 things I'm considering. Also, I'm going to go ahead and remove the table sugar. I'm really optimal. This is the science of it. I want to dial it in, and I want to see the scale continue to trend and trend aggressively, I'll be honest. And so I look at all the things I've experimented with and explored, putting the jams in there. I already stopped that. But since I saw my original pictures posting this series and just seeing apple, banana, and honey, and that's where I started. And now I'm putting multiple fruits in the bowl, adding sugar to it. Honey is still the same. But just looking at, okay, what's going to keep it optimal? What do I not need to put extra in? And every little bit counts. So 2 sugar packets here and there in the coffee on every bowl. It's adding up. And still, you know, the science of it, not knowing exactly how it's impacting me and just the diet itself. But it's all testing, it's all science, see what comes back from it. But I want to give you that update. About to get these sprints in to wrap up the run. But this is day 4, Thursday. Appreciate y'all coming along. In the meantime, I'm gonna be right here, wishing you the best and only success, being the best version of myself. One could say beyond empowered. Question is, who are you gonna be? Let's get it.